Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good day. It's nice to meet you again here. I hope you had a great time in our last training on the AI optimization. Okay, so like promised, I was going to give you short videos broken down into different areas where you can optimize some of these tools for the area of your specialization, location, family, business, uh, lifestyle. Okay. But today, what I want to do is to show you the environment, okay, of these tools, how to explore the various features that they have, and you can take advantage of. Some of us rarely take time to explore some of these areas, so we do not know the capacity or the capability of some of these models. All right, so I'm going to start with ChatGPT. I believe ChatGPT is has one of the largest LLM, the largest language models that we have. You know, the database is so wide; it has been trained on various, models, and it has great capability. Well, that's for me though. I don't know which one you have tested and you prefer based on your preferences. If you are someone who is basically into graphics, then ChatGPT may not be your number one preference. There are others like Midjourney, but talking averagely on the aggregate, all right, it has a very, very good database and training on that. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now and then take us through the features, where you can find what and how, or what you can do with it. All right, so I'll share my web browser. Here we are. Okay, so this is your workspace on ChatGPT. All right, this is where you can type the prompts. Yeah, so you can either type or, speak to it. So I could say, let me give it a role. We've learned how best prompting is by starting by giving it a role. Right. So I say, you are a security agent and all of that. So this is where you put in your text. You can dictate right here, this microphone. So if you do not want to type, maybe your hand is tied, or you would rather just speak from your mind, perfect. It will pick all the text you're trying to type in. Sometimes, even if it doesn't understand, it would assume something, then you will have to correct that if maybe accents, issues, and stuff like that. All right. Yeah. So this is where you speak. And so that is that. Okay. So let's go back to the left top. We see new chat. All right. So maybe you are done with what you're doing in this space. You want to open a new chat environment for a new project or whatever it is. You can now hit this button and it will give you a whole new set to start working. Search right here. Yes, like you see right here, I have a whole lot of promptings that I have been working on through the when I've been using it. So probably you may have several of them there. So, but you know them by name. You could just hit the chat, the search button here, and then you can type the name of the search if you remember, or maybe keywords. And then from the pool, you can just go in and pull out the chat that you want. All right. So it's just like a search bar. And then the library right here is most of the works you have been doing. Maybe you've been creating some images and stuff. If you hit that button, it's just going to bring everything right in this workspace here. So like I mentioned earlier, most of the logos, the images, the flyers, I have been using, so it stored them here. I use ChatGPT basically. This one right here is one of my pictures that my family, I uploaded it to give me a cartoon, not generated AI image. This is a cartoon. So this is a cartoon of my family. my wife, my boy, my two boys, so it generated it right there. So over here, you can actually download the image, or you can share it directly to a source, maybe your WhatsApp page or your LinkedIn or X, or whichever of these platforms. So you could just copy the link, paste it, and it will direct you straight to the picture. All right. So these are some of those features. Yeah, so that's what the library does. Okay, so before I go into this two right here, let me jump to new projects right here. So for the new projects, it's like a folder. All right, you categorize your work, you arrange them neatly based on the projects you're carrying on. So for example, like the training we just had, I could just hit the button. Okay, like we just have one project here, the Learn Core AI training. So that's a project. When you hit it, and then it opens the project, the folder now, the new project, and then all the work you have in there are stored. So you could just pick whatever one you want to do, or whatever work you start doing will be stored there automatically. You don't have to be moving files, saving them in folders and stuff like that. So that's what it does. So you can just hit the new project, and if you give you some suggestions, is it investing, homework, writing, you could choose any of those headings, and then you can create, and it will create that folder for you, like right there. So you have an investing folder that you can just jump in and start doing your work. All right. So we have some of the prompts that are right here. So maybe some of them you may still have need of them, some you may not have need of them. There are a couple of things you can do. So the right side of each prompt, when you just hover your mouse over them, it gives you the three dots for options. To the right side, you click, you can either share this whole you know generated content that you have here. You can share it to either save it somewhere on your chat, or you can share it to someone to have access to that, prompting. So this is the link. You can copy this link and then paste it or send it to anyone, maybe on their chat, WhatsApp chat or Facebook or whatever it is, and then they will have access to that information you have right there. Okay. Yeah. So that is for that. You can also rename it. You don't want that name, you can rename it, change it to something. Now, most of these are default names that the chat saved. So it just studied what the context or the content of what you're doing, and then it saved it based on that. We have that also in Microsoft Word, whereby you want to save a document, it just picks the first phrase on that document and save it with it. But this one looks at the context of what you are talking about and then saves it with that. So maybe you have something different in mind. You can just hit this tool here and it will save it. You can add it to a project. All right. So we have two projects. We have investing, now we have Learn Core training. So you can just move it to any of those projects. If you have more projects, you can just sort them out in that order. You can archive it. It will remove it. You won't see it there, but it will be in your archive. So whenever you need it, you can just go to your archives and pull it back, or you can delete it. So when you hit this, it takes it out of your chat environment entirely. All right. Yeah. So that's for that. And okay, let me come here. Now you notice my name account right here. I can hit, you can see right there, I have a free account. So that's what it's meant to do. So I will be limited. Now, I tried uploading certain images earlier. Like, let me say, yeah, so this button right here, I forgot to explain this. This is where you upload images and documents. For example, one of the prompt engineering framework that we do is apart from, you know, the models by giving it a role, describe in detail what you want, and then, you know, optimizing it again and again until you have your perfect feedback. One thing is, you know, giving it an example, a picture, a data, information that depicts what you want. This is where you can upload some of these things. So right here, okay, get plus for more uploads. Now, I tried earlier. Now I have been using this to generate a whole lot of stuff. If you look at my my library, I've done a couple of walks lately, yesterday and this morning, and so I ran out of options because I run a free. If you look down here, I'm using the free version. So I ran some of these things. It's actually more than that. I was just doing something for my church, and then okay. So I ran out of the images I could do for that day. So it says I need a few more hours, maybe sometimes 12, sometimes 24 hours before you can now start generating more images. Okay, yeah. So well, let me give you a hack. Something I do is whenever I run out of upload options, okay? Yeah, uploads, free uploads. I created another account. I have multiple accounts on ChatGPT. All right. And then so I just go down here, I click on my username, and then I log out right here. And then when I'm out, I log in again, and then I choose another account and upload, and then I start doing my pictures. So I have 3 more uploads that I can do from that upload. All right. So that's one hack you can do. Instead of waiting for another 24 hours, you can just create. Now, I tried using different applications or different AI models, you know, to do the thing, but some of them have different, some like Cloud. If you want to generate some of those images on Cloud, you should just give it the code, the program, the Python or C++ code or some of those things. And you can make your reference to, you get some of those coding APIs, then you now run those codes too. So I don't have time for all of that long process. I just want the image. Just give me the image. That's all I want. So like I mentioned, most of these apps have their specific areas of speciality. Yes, they can have a little bit of most things, but they have areas which they are probably good at, okay? Or maybe designed for specifically. Yeah, so that's something you can do also. And then is there anything else? Okay, so I'll come back to the okay, let's all right, so now we talked about you personalizing your GPT to know you, to understand you, and to respond to your person and your purpose. Why you have that tool, how you're using it, and then how it should respond to you. Now, this is where you go to personalize it. All right. So I come here, you see it, personalization. I click on personalization, and then it uploads the page. So we come to the general setting. Let me start from the top right here. Hope you can see that. So the theme, I use the system theme. You can change it to dark or light. Or if I click on dark right now, it gives me a dark mode. All right. And I can choose the light. I think that is what the system gives by default. All right. So I just use it on the default setting. So accent color, I'm on this default. You can change some of those features. I don't want to, you know, fondle with that, you know, blue, green, pink, blah, 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 you know. So language. So this is where you want it to detect the kind of language What happened? All right, so you want to select the language so it can either auto detect or you can select the language you use it. So your Arabic, I don't know which language these are, you know, Bosniak, Dansk, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Let me get out of here before it defaults me on another language that I don't know. Yeah, so this is where you choose. So you might find an Arabian or Indian or something using ChatGPT, and everything on their screen is in their language. This is where you can change. I mean, these things are, you have them on your phones, your laptops, so it's not a new thing entirely, all right? So spoken language, which language? So you could speak Spanish and it will auto detect it. So everything here is auto detect, all right? So I could start speaking Mandarin right now and it will pick, oh, this guy's speaking Mandarin, and it will interpret it based on my preferences here. All right, so the voice here, all right? Now there are different voice prompts that, you know, it can talk back to you. If you prefer to talk back to you, you can select the kind of voice you want it to. Like if I click here, I am on Ember. Let's hear what Ember sounds like.
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running. So if there's anything you'd like me to focus on first, just let me know.
Yeah, so that's how Ember sounds. Let's hear how Saul sounds like.
Hey, what's up? Feel free to ask me about anything that's on your mind. I'm ready to go.
Well, I hope this recording is speaking those sounds anyway. Yeah, so right there, you can pick the sound you want. If you heard it, I believe you picked it, but if you don't, you can choose from any of this. So I'll just go with Ember, all right? That's my preferred voice prompt. All right, so now notifications is, you know, push. Well, just basically when you give it a prompt or you ask it to set, yeah, when you give it a prompt and it's running it on the background, you can close it and go ahead with what you want. So when it is done, it will prompt you a push notification to tell you that, hey, the task I'm carrying out is done. Then you can go back and check it instead of just sitting there waiting for quite a while. Most times when you're generating graphics and stuff like that, it takes a little while. All right. So sometimes the speed of your device, sometimes the speed of the internet, and sometimes the volume of tasks that you give it, take it some time. So these are variables that could take it a longer time. So you can just go on. So it would prompt you. So it would just remind you, just, you know, stuff like that. So that's what the push response or the push email does. So let's go to the personalization. All right, proper. So enable customization. So I enabled it. I want to give it my personality, you know, my preferences, how it should respond to me. Okay. So ChatGPT personality, it's default. You can change its personality. You can have it to be cynical, to be like a robot, to be just like a listener, or to be a nerd. You know how you have preferences for you meet some people say, oh, I like this person. He's funny. He's so fun, kind of. Yeah, that is a personality. And there are some you meet you don't like. You say, this person is so straight. He's not fun. He's so rigid and stuff like that. So these are different personalities. So how do you want this tool to respond to you? We have about 5 personalities right here, okay? You want it to be a listener. You will do more of the talking or more of the, you know, prompting. It will say less or suggest less for you because you have given it a personality. Yeah, I don't want you to talk too much or jump into what I'm saying. Just hold it right there until I'm done. And then, you know, so that's kind of so nerdy, you know, more techie people and all nerdish anyways. That's just to put. So I left mine on default. All right, I don't want anything different from the default, which will fall in between everything. Okay, it will be in between everything. So, and besides, when it's on default, it will now adjust to my kind of personality. But if I give it a personality, it will stay on that personality and respond based on that. So If you're like me, you may want to leave it on default so that you can just have it tweak itself to you rather than you sticking to its own generic personality. All right, so custom instructions. Responses should be formal. Responses should be long enough to cover the subject matter with relevant information. So these are informations you can put in, give it directive whenever you want. This just put how does it respond to your information when you request for this? What should it do? You know, I said I would like to be addressed at sir. If you remember in the home page right here, it says good to see you, sir. So that's how I want it to respond to me as sir. Now you can give it, you say, call me by my first name. So you say, good to see you. You could say, good to see you, Cephas, or good to see you, madam. Good to see you. It could, hey, what's up? It could, so you choose how it should respond to you. And these are the places that you put some of these preferences, okay? Yeah, so these are the custom instructions. So you can tweak these instructions and give it how to think or process, ask me questions. You say, opinions on topics are acceptable. So I gave it the option to give me its own opinion. You know, take a forward-thinking view. Be practical above all. I really like being practical. Be innovative and think outside the box. So these are ways so you can put more information. You can tweak these things. You can add and change and, so it will help. So whenever you send a certain prompt, the way it responds to you will be different from the way someone else that have a different custom instructions have programmed this model to respond to them. Okay, so these are some of the things you can do. So this is very, very important. So you are training the model. So with time, you keep training and training it. And sometimes you don't need to say so much. Once you just mention something, it knows your preference. It'll just do it the way you want it, except at that moment you may like, okay, change it like this or make it like this. All right. So with time, it becomes, perfectly just you. And yeah, so some of this thing you can actually alter them here. So there are quite a few right here. It can be chatty, it can be witty, it can be straight shooting, just A, I want A out, B, I want B out. No explanation, no suggestion, no nothing, just drop it like it's hot, just like that. So encouraging, are you melancholic? You just want something to, when you just say, oh, I need to empathize with you and then ask you, and then, you just want Gen Z kind of personality, well, you can put it up there. And so a whole lot of, personality, forward thinking, poetic, opinionated. You want it to be humble, silly, direct, pragmatic, corporate, outside the box. So you see, these are some of the features I chose and I put it at send it out there. So about me, this is where I put it. My nickname, I just wanted to answer me as a sir. That's just it. All right, no back and forth. So my occupation and my background, I just put everything here. I give it my background, my occupation, what I do, what I focus on. I think I may need to update some of these things right here, my background and stuff. So I just put it right there. And so with that, it generates content. So whenever you are thinking of doing something, it will come from your own background and personality, your experiences. There was a time I asked this to what does it think about me and my personality and capability? And I was shocked with the outcome it gave me. I was trying to do my CV one time and it brought out certain things because most of my qualifications, my CV, my stuff, I put them, so I had no idea. In fact, there are some capabilities I could, or I know I have, I have that I have no idea I could do those things. And it told me, it gave me a profession that suited my personality. And I was like, what, this is too much, I can't be. And it outlined my certifications. I told you guys I have over 35 certifications. What I showed us here the other day was just the minimum that covers what the subject matter. All right. Yeah. So it's like, it told me I have one other one in cybercrime investigation, and it says you are a CTI. CTI is very hot in the global, cybersecurity space today, and it's telling me the options, the opportunities that are out there. I was like, are you kidding me? And I'm just sitting here, not doing anything with it. I don't see myself as that. As a matter of fact, if you go check my LinkedIn page, I had to sit down. I was like, wow, I admire people's LinkedIn page when I just see you go CPM, PhD, that, some acronyms that you have no idea where they come from. And I sat down and I saw that, wait a minute, I have a whole lot of these things that I've never used. I just have my name right there. And so I went back to my certifications. I started picking the best, the globally, acknowledged ones, the ones that are more. So I just picked a few of those ones and arranged them in front of my name also on LinkedIn so that I could look, the person that I am, So you can do a lot. It could tell you a whole lot of yourself based on the information you gave it and it knows about you. All right. So more about you. Okay. So yeah, this is part of it. I just put up a little bit about my background and stuff here. And yeah, so memory. Yeah. Reference saved memories. What that means is some information that I put here, it can go back and remember them. So maybe one of those prompts on the left pane here that I've worked at a long time ago and I've forgotten some of those things. If I'm working on a similar thing related to that, it can make reference to some of these things and you have perhaps forgotten, but you can have access to those. So it's very okay. All right. You can reference your chat history as well. And then we have the advanced area right here. Now, this is very important. Web search. Let ChatGPT automatically search the web for answers. You can allow that, all right? And then code, let ChatGPT execute code using code interpreter. Canvas, collaborate with ChatGPT on text and code, advanced voice, have more natural conversation with voice and stuff like that. You can turn these things off and it may only limit your output, okay? Maybe you're just considering security or whatever the case may be, but it's up to you. You choose that preference. But to get the optimal output, you may want to leave these things, these prompts on, all right? So that's one thing with the personalization that you want to work with. And then connection apps. Now, these are more like API plugins. Now, searching for information out there, you can use, okay. So Google Drive, okay, I've prompted this thing to, let me go back, let's go. Choose an account for it to connect to some of my drives and stuff. Ouch, okay. I'll go out. When it loads, I'll put it back in. Yeah, so these are some items you can connect to enable it do more for you when you are doing a search, all right? Okay, right here. Connected apps. So you can connect to your Google Drive, you can connect to your OneDrive, you can connect to Microsoft Work for school and stuff if you want to. So this is where you can integrate your app. So for educators right now, we'll look further into some of these things and you can connect to your school OneDrive, your cloud, your cloud infrastructure. Your app can connect to it and begin to work with the information you have there, your Excel, your Word, PowerPoint, including all some of SharePoint materials and stuff like that. So right here you're working, it could access those things and give you information because it's integrated with your school, and what you're doing is based on the information, the data the staffing, the admission, the students, and everything is there. So information is at the click. So at a snap of a finger, all right? So you connect it to that source. So these are the places you can do some of that. So when I clicked connect to Google Drive, to where most of my file and stuff. So when I clicked on it, it just went straight to select which of my accounts. Now, I've used it on these two accounts. I have other accounts which I've not uploaded here, but these are the two accounts. So it could either connect to my personal account or to LearnCore International account for some of those information, which, okay, I'm on my personal account right now, and then it will go right on signing me in, and then, so when you allow this, ChatGPT will be able to see, edit, create, and delete only the specific Google Drive files you use with this application. All right. So you either hit yes, no. I want to go on for these practical purposes. This is by so it goes way more practical. Practical. I can do a whole lot right now with this tool, granting it this access. All right. So your account is now connected. So my Google Drive. So for your organization, for your school, your drive, where you have everything, you can just do that right here. So my account now has gone super more powerful, personalized to me, so I have scores of pictures, scores of information that I have on my drive ages ago. I have this account for over 15 years or so. All right. So it's synchronized with that now. Okay. So data controls, share links, so improve the model for everyone is on. So it's learning from me. I allowed it to learn from me and share it on the global database, just like it's learning from others and sharing on the same global database. So you can share links from here, your archive charts. You remember I talked to you about archives. Yeah, you can manage them here. You either delete them or, okay, actually, I've not archived any of my, so delete charts. Every chart you have right here on the left pane, everything can go. Export data. You want to export your account details, and charts will be included to export. Data will be sent to your registered email in a downloadable file. The downloadable link will expire between 24 hours. Processes may take minutes and some time. You will be notified when it's ready to proceed. Click confirm and da. So I'm not ready to, export. So what it does, it will take every information you have here and store it somewhere else. All right. You can save it on your drive, okay, for printable purpose or whatever it is. You want to save it there in case anything happens to this account. Okay, so security, multi-factor. Now, this is very good, okay, if you are in a volatile area whereby logging in, you want to use your device, maybe your phone, it was as an authenticating app. So when you want to connect, maybe to send you a mail for you to confirm, or to send you a prompt on your phone so that you accept first before it allows you to, go in. But I've disabled that for now. And you can either log out or log out of all your accounts. So now I have it on two platforms. I have it on my computer and on my phone. So if I click log out of all devices, it just takes. So these are instances where maybe your phone got stolen. You could quickly come here and log out of all your accounts. So it will log you. So the person cannot access your ChatGPT history or detail, when they try to access it. And the same goes for your email, your bank account details and everything. So if they stole your phone or stuff, you can just go and disable. So it will log out of all your personal accounts on this your devices, and so they won't have access to some of those anymore. All right. Okay, so yeah, so now this is your own account. It's asking if you can upgrade or delete it. Now, if you delete, it will remove everything you ever did on ChatGPT. It's like you never existed. It just takes you off the grid entirely. And so when next time you're logging in, you're logging as a fresh user, no history, no nothing. I don't know if you want to do that, but you want to be very, very careful. Now you can link some of your social media. Okay, these are places you can add and connect. So we have the LinkedIn. You can add your LinkedIn, GitHub, and stuff like that. You can also select a domain, verify, and then connect. So let's say LinkedIn now. I have my email and stuff. Receive. Yeah. Okay. So let me put in my LinkedIn password. Right, let's go. All right, so this is my LinkedIn, and it's trying to ask if I'm the one. So LinkedIn, ChatGPT, that's me. Allow, we go. Right, so it's loading. It's a bit slow, but I think, yeah, my system is a bit slow. I think maybe it's updating from the background. All right, so my LinkedIn account has been connected. So you can see some of my, some of my certifications that I connected to my LinkedIn page. So you just put my name, my MA, CNSS, ISMS, CTI, DPON, CDPON, NSE, DMARC, MSE, EH, ethical hacker. Yeah, so that is that. All right, so I'll leave here now. Time is fast spent, so we'll just jump into the most interesting part right now. Sora, so just like ChatGPT, okay, is text prompt. So most of the things you do is text-based prompt. Yeah, of course, I've done a few text-based to images. Sora right here is video, text to video. That's what it does. So let's open Sora and see. Now, Sora is also a model from OpenAI. OpenAI has ChatGPT as a model for text-based, promptings. So Sora is also an AI model from open source, okay? And what it does is imaging. Now look at this image right here. This is not recording. Someone didn't record a human being. This is a text. Someone described this human being and all the movement and all the background. This picture right here, everything. We see this henchstone image. We know it's not a smiley kind of a person, but this is a prompt that someone put here. So you describe right down here, it says describe your video. And when you describe it, it will give you the video or the image that you want. Everything you see here is based on a description that someone gave. So what we've learned before is text to text output. Well, this is text to video. So when you want to do text, you come to this environment. You get the best out of it. If you want to do video, you come to Sora, and you can access Sora right from here inside your ChatGPT. You hit on it, it brings you to this platform, and you begin to see these are samples of what they have, like templates. You can actually tweak some of these things. Now, let's look at this. Now, look at this. Now, you want to know what prompt was used to create this image. So let's click on it. Now, this is the image. It's one of the templates they have on their site right here. Now, look down here, it says prompt. If you look down here, you see it written prompt. And if you click on that text, now this is the prompt that was used to create that image you see of the Stonehenge. Okay, not Stonehenge. It's not a Stonehenge. There's this name they call them from some of those Mayan cultures and stuff. You know, so a cinematic, humorous scene of a Moai. Yeah, okay, the Moai statue. Yeah, that's it. Taking a selfie. The Moai is smiling with exaggerated white shiny teeth. So you see where all the teeth came from. Holding a modern smartphone at arm's length. The background shows a bright blue sky with light clouds, and the setting is a grassy hill on Easter Islands. The Moai looks proud and confident with a slight head tilt and a fun, playful expression. Realistic textures, soft natural lighting, wide angle lens perspective from slightly below. Wow. So let's look at it again. Can you imagine? So this background, the cloud and the white, everything, you can hear the text prompt that was used. The smiley teeth, the image at the back is actually what it really looks like. It talks about the slightly tilting of hedge. It talked about at an arm's length. It talks about holding a modern smartphone. Now, even the color of the phone is generic. So it gave it a black feature. You could say the modern phone has 3 or 4 cameras at the back. But if it says specifically an iPhone 15, the guy will be holding an iPhone 15. So it depends on your specificity. You can say it talks about a white, shiny teeth, you know, and stuff like that. Talk about the island, the grass in the background and everything. That is what, you know, the prompt gave. So this is how we learn how to work with these things. And so you can actually customize this prompt. Let's say, okay, let's look where the teeth are. Let's say, okay, let's say a red sky. Let's change the sky to red. Bright red sky. Let's change the phone to, where did he say? Okay, a modern smartphone. Let's say a modern iPhone 15. Okay. Let's say, what else should we change? Okay, let's just try these and see. All right, and then let's shift the prompt. I hope it is free. If it is not free, it may not. Sometimes you say you have to. Oh, okay. Yeah. Edits. Let me. Okay. Sometimes you have to subscribe before it can. Okay. It's still. Okay. You know what? I'll copy this prompt. I'll take it to Binge AI image generator. I'll load it here and create the image. Let's see what it can do. So right here, it says your video is in work. So we can see what Sora does. When the image is done, I think we'll go back and check. I don't know why this one has not, but it's actually supposed to give us the change, the prompt. I don't know, maybe something. Let me refresh the page. And let's see if it can actually change. Although this is something default, so I don't think it may run. You can edit, remix, or create. Okay, it's working on it actually. If you see at the background here, there's an activity. It's okay, it has changed it right here. Let's see what we have done. It's actually working on it. Voila. There you see. So did you remember I said iPhone 15? Now you can see the iPhone 15 right here. You remember I said a red sky, a red background right here. This is the red sky. So it changed and tilted everything. So you can, I mean, you can, your imagination is what, this was what someone described. And now think about what you can do with many of these other, okay, this one is still, ha ha ha. Okay, look at how this one described it. Oh boy, yeah, okay. This is how, so you can see how most of these models function differently. It was the same prompts that gave us the other image, and look at what this one gave us. Now look at another one, like, look at this girl right here. I took the prompt from Sora. Okay, no, I think I took it from Midjourney. Now this is Midjourney. I took this prompt right here, this girl. I used her I used her prompt. This is it right here. So this is her prompt right here. All of these ones are her prompts, you know. And then I paste it on Binge, and this is what it gave me. Can you imagine? She's riding in the basket. All right. So it's what it's translated or readied for and stuff like that. So you will need to tweak. So with this, you remember I said optimization is when you tweak and tweak until you get exactly what you want. So ladies and gentlemen, this is what Sora can do. So imagine what you can do with this image. Is as much as you can create. How can you think? What language can you put? So with this, you have prompts already there for you. You can just copy. Look at this picture right here. It comes out. Down here, you click on that. It gives you the prompt, all right? And then alter it the way you want to. You can put your own information and maybe something that has a billboard or a signpost or something. You can put your own picture right there, or your name, your company name, your product name, or something. Depends on your own imagination. All right. File, you can upload your let me see. Okay, making variations, the resolutions, the aspect ratios, and the kind of video you want to use. Right here, you can upload a picture from you, your own, or from your device, put it there, and then describe it and stuff like that. So these are just things you can just, well, I just described to us in the ChatGPT environment, all right? So right from here, you can copy, forward it to your social media platform and explore how it works. So fantastic. So if you use Midjourney, this is this thing should be here. Sorry, I was just trying to use Midjourney. Yeah. So Midjourney also creates a lot of images right here. Midjourney. So many images. I mean, this thing here is so fantastic. Everything you see here is based on someone's description. This is the description right here. A modern editorial style collage illustrating key topics from Czech society and media, include stylish text labels in Czech for whatever, I can pronounce those names. And all this spinning and everything is based on this person's description right here. So how powerful. Now, for Midjourney, it's quite complex. It's totally graphics and stuff like that. You can see the kind of things it can do. You will have to subscribe. They don't have any of these things for free, okay? You will have to subscribe. But a hack for it is you can actually take the prompt. You can click on it, and you have the prompt right here. You can, right here, like I showed you, you can copy the prompt by clicking on this button right here. If you click on it, you can go to image creators like Binge. Like I created this picture, I picked it from there, pasted it here, and created this image. So you can create, you can have it here, and then you create your picture and edit it the way you want to. All right. So some of these things are free. Some of them you will need to subscribe. Like on this, I have just 8 free remaining images. So after I exhaust my free images, I will have to subscribe or pay for some of those services. All right. So you see Sora here. I don't think I have a limit for, it's just like the ChatGPT. So if I upgrade, I'll do even much more stuff with that. All right, my time is fast going. And so finally, let me just, the same thing anyway, like Cloud. Now, the same way I explored ChatGPT, okay? The same way you can explore Cloud and other application tools. Some are very, very light. You don't have so much options in, configuring them to function differently, like a Copilot, Gemini, rather. Gemini, you may not have many options like this. It's just plain what you have is just your text prompt and stuff like that. All right. So this is Cloud, very powerful tool as well. I think we checked it out on Saturday. You want to do your oh, okay. I don't want to miss this part of ChatGPT. Maybe I'll look at Cloud briefly again some other time. All right. Let's go back to ChatGPT. I've not finished. This is an interesting part. After Sora, we have GPTs. GPTs right here. Now, what does that mean? OpenAI has a whole lot of models that you professionals can use. So for some of you, you can come here and find the ones that OpenAI has. They're called GPTs. They are built. These are models built with the GPT, combination instructional combination. All right. So these are topics you can go if maybe category for writing. It takes you straight there. Productivity. We have, Chat BD, AI for product managers, fully SEO, that is search engine optimization article, including frequently asked questions. We have grammar checker on bound limitless story writer. Different, for products, we have video GPT by Vid. This is photorealistic image and video generator. You can just come here. Video AI. Check out the rating right here. 4.1 rating. Fantastic. Video AI. You can let's click on that, and you will see. So let's create a short YouTube video, and let's create a marketing video. So these are a few things and capabilities. It has deal.e, code interpreter, analysis, web search actions, and stuff like that. Check out its rating, and you can start chat. You can just click on this button right here, and it takes you to start creating. Let me backtrack. We don't have much time. So we have for educators. This is one right here. Okay, no. Let's go back. The video AI just loaded. It was pretty small. So for educators, it brings us here. The smart presentation, learn English, blah, 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 law and contract reader, not lawyer, legal advice, you know. Yeah, so you just put a disclaimer right there, but it can give you a whole lot of things that that it's applied in the legal framework. All right. So someone wants to bamboozle you with legalities and stuff like that. These things can give you straight up international standard what laws define, even though laws vary from country to country and stuff like that. So that's why those disclaimers are written out there. But there are other law tools, like I mentioned to us, that can do a fantastic legal practitioners, analysis, bring out all the laws, the cases that have been, sorted out in criminal case, rape case, theft case, whatever kind of case. It has them in their numbers by year, by country, and stuff like that. All right. So right here, you can see you can have so many GPTs. All right. Explore them and see how they are. Now, I tell you what, these GPTs are models that people have built and put. So you can come here and found one that is good for you. You can pay for it and buy it. Now, there are free features that you can use, but then if you want the core of it, you pay a little token for it. And so people come to buy some of these tools online. So you can also create your own GPT, custom GPT for your organization, for yourself. Right here at the top, did you see right here at the top right corner? It says create. But you see my cursor turns to red and a bar, which means I have to pay, I have to subscribe to GPT 5.0 to be able to use, or what's that? Yeah, so it's, yeah, so right here, upgrade your plan to Pro Plus. So free use is 0, and these are the things you can do. But when you pay for GPT Plus, these are the things you can do. So GPT-5 with advanced reasoning, expanded, blah, blah, blah. When you get Pro, you have all of these features. And for this, you have $200 per month. And this is $20 per month. And this is $0 per month, right? So that's how it works. So you can create, this is where you can create your own GPT, personalized, do the things you want it to do, the way you want it to do. Now, the other one we did, the other personalization is ChatGPT personalized to customize to your own person. But this one is your own. You can name it your own way, all right? And so there are other tricks we can do with GPT, which we're going to learn as we go further in this learning process, all right? So I felt it's very important that you get to come. This is logo. You don't have a logo for your organization. You want to have an idea. You can come here and it's going to design one for you from scratch to finish. All you need to do is just respond to prompts, questions. In fact, when we start doing marketing next month, I think in the poll, in the group, most people are tending towards the digital, the branding and the digital market. Well, let's see how it goes by tomorrow. If we're doing that, you're going to see how you can start some of these things from scratch, with tools, AI tools that will guide you in every step and, seamlessly automate your business, and all of that. So it's going to be a free training and it's going to be fantastic. You better invite as much as you want. So architects, these are softwares for architects. Instead of spending all night designing, do you know that some of these tools, right? what you will do is you just tell them the kind of building, tell them the kind of furnitures. It will fit in everything with the size. So before you even lay the first foundation, you must have seen the building, the size of the furniture, the TV, the wall, everything. I want this kind of TV. I want this kind of sofa or couch, this room divider, the kind of kitchen. You fit it, you see it look exactly the way you want it to look like, realistically, before you lay the first foundation. Fantastic tools. All right. So for coders and all of that. As a matter of fact, I was teaching some guys coding classes, right? And I got stuck somewhere, and I didn't kill myself. All I just copied the code, pasted it on one of the code models, and say, what is wrong with this code? This is what I wanted to achieve, but I'm not getting it. I hit it. The thing showed me, oh, I said this, and then it gave me the perfect code that can carry out that, program. I copied the code, put it in my shell, run it, and everything worked fantastic. So you see, conventional coders are about to, so you don't have to be a master in coding to be able to write codes and programs for applications. You can make applications without, necessarily knowing how to code. All right. So these are the things that have been exposed to us. So having said this, I guess I'll have to stop here for now. Maybe I'll cover Claude in another video, but I tell you, it's just the same thing with ChatGPT. Just what you have. These artifacts right here, we have projects like just in ChatGPT. These are some of the works you have been doing. And then artifacts is just like Sora on ChatGPT. When you click on artifacts, it takes you to a place where you have, GPTs, all right? So artifacts is like GPTs that we just saw here in, ChatGPT, OpenAI. So on cloud, artifacts is where you have a whole lot of applications where you can also use to carry out different and as a matter of fact, in cloud here, you can actually create your own, model. Like when I click here, it's free. So it takes you to the place where you now start from scratch, zero. Let's get cooking. Pick an artifacts category or start building your idea from scratch. Bingo. So you can see now app, website, documents and templates, games. Is that what you're going to? Are you into productivity tools? Are you creative projects? Is it quiz or surveys? Start from scratch. So this one gives you templates where you want to start. But if you are a coder, you want to do it detailed, nitty-gritty, clean slate, you want to hit this button right here and start. So let's say document templates, games. Let's click games and see how it turns out. And then it gives you templates on what to do. Yeah. So what kind of game do you have in mind? What is it about? How do players play? So Ludo, chess, or whatever, this is how, so it takes you through the prompting process. And then you begin to answer this question, and it keeps taking you step by step by step by step. By the time you are done explaining detail and it's satisfied with that, you will run, and then it will create that whole platform, for you. All right. So the same thing with websites, quiz or surveys. So you just have your idea on what it is. And when you are done, like Claude is something that will publish your work instantly. You can see at the top right here, this is share, and you want to have your product out there. There is so much to do. On Saturday, we're going to look at the business aspect, how you can start making money immediately from the use of these tools. And so you don't want to miss. But during the week, I'm going to specify the kind of tools that you can use, all right, for your specific areas. I think we're going to start with education. So hopefully tomorrow, I'm going to upload a video for education where educators master the tools. I'm going to give you a variation of tools that you can use, and then how to use them, give you ideas, synchronize them with your organization. You know, you can see how we synchronize with some of my personal data. You can upload it to your own school data as well, and then you get the best of your information. So I hope today's teaching had been informative. You've learned a couple of things. So you want to go back to your tool and then see how you can tweak it. All right. And make it know you better, customize it to your own personality and preferences, so that as you use it, it's learning, you are training it, it's understanding you better, such that whenever someone wants to use it, sometimes it can sense you are not the one because it knows your promptings and stuff like that. So it makes it easier. So instead of using 2 paragraphs to describe some things, you can just remind it of something, do this, that, like the way we did it, and then it will just bring it out for you seamlessly and easily. All right. Thank you all for being part of this class, and see you next time. Have a wonderful day, and bye.